Good morning, y'all. This is Tommy Lackey with Power Investing, and today is January 4th, 2022, and I'm going to take a quick pre-market view of kind of what moved yesterday and maybe look for some opportunities. Today I'm going to do it in more of a contrarian fashion and say, okay, let's go down to things that have been weaker, not stronger. So today we're going to concentrate on the consumer discretionary, and I'm going to give you a quick way to use the site to pull out some ideas and opportunities. The reason I chose consumer discretionary is that even though it's down here at the bottom, I was taking a look and I sorted the equal weight subsectors here by performance over the last week, and I see that I'm getting quite a few retail guys popping up here in the upper area. So they're starting to move based on this, even if they haven't shown all the relative strength yet against the other sectors. So I went ahead and popped over to the Power Universe Relative Strength Rankings, which is under the Power Universe tab. And look at this, is our entire universe ranked against each other from a relative strength basis. And I took it really simply and said, okay, if I want consumer discretionary, let's just sort this by consumer discretionary, hold down the shift key, and then sort our RS movers. And what that's going to do is that's going to keep those two tabs sorted the way they were. So we're going to go down here, sorry for the scrolling, but go down here and find consumer discretionary and put it right here at the top. And there you can see, if we start with consumer discretionary, all of them, and then the RS movers, we can see we get a nice long list here of things that have moved more than 20 points versus all the other stocks in the universe over the last week. Now, I'm going to post this list in the blog, so you'll be able to see this picture and look through the tickers yourself, but I went ahead and picked out a dozen or so, amazingly, that we can take a look at and see kind of what's going on with them really quick. First, Build-A-Bear Workshop, BBW. This one still amazes me how it does well, but it does. It's continued to hold the RSI bull range on the daily. The weekly is held above 50 this entire time and moved sideways while everybody else is corrected. And when we look here and pull out on the weekly chart, you can see we're right up against some bigger levels here at about 2250. So this looks like a huge cut, maybe a handle kind of forming here. A move over that area, maybe 2280-ish, somewhere, whatever these previous highs turn out to be. Then that would be a great area to take a look at from a breakout standpoint. Now our next one is CTRN, City Trends. This again is one that's been pretty wild and it's come up pretty strong, and yesterday got rejected. But see if it can flag out here and then maybe move up to challenge these highs, because this weekly trend again has held the bull range, can go all the way up in the 111 area if it can move back over this 60. So that's a good 20% move potential here over the next coming months if it can get over this area around 98. So that'd be about a 10-12% at that point, unless you were buying down here a little bit early. Okay, the next is BIG. This is more of a pullback and reversal play. Notice that it diverged on the weekly on this last one, still under the MA bands and in a bear range here on the weekly, so we want to be a little cautious or realize it could take a little more time to set up. But on the daily, just broke into a new RSI bull range here after holding this 40 level for the most part on the last pullback. So again, we'd like to see it get over this volume area around 49-ish, but from there this one could continue as well. ODP is one. Some of these were on the list that we put out yesterday with our other stocks. I believe ODP was as well. Right into the MA bands and gapping higher. Looking like a breakaway gap here as the RSI moves into a fresh RSI bull range. And note here on the weekly on this pullback, it came right back down to this tail area here, and then the RSI came right back down to 40 and held and reversed back higher a couple weeks ago, right around this bottom area here. So this one's one that I think that could get continuation here. You know, you're into a gap area that it tried to fill before around 43. So realizing that it could be some bumps and starts as it goes. Five Below is one of the small. We've been hearing a lot about Dollar Tree and Dollar General. Well, Five Below is another one of the small, low dollar places. You can see it's moved sideways, a little more sloppy on this failed breakout. However, it's now working against this trend line and a new RSI bull range on the daily. Weekly never lost it. Macy's, another one that the weekly is really strong with a big RSI positive reversal right here. formed the last couple of weeks on this reversal on the daily. Daily's still in a bear range, so we'd like to see it get over this volume area, probably right around this spike, yesterday's highs, somewhere in that range. But from there, if it can, you should see continuation. Signet Jewelers had a nice little basing action. It gapped out of yesterday, gave back about half of it. So make sure this thing, you have a good stop or good risk management plan, but this could continue to move up the right side as it comes off. The weekly RSI bull range with a positive reversal. The daily is still in a bear range, but working right near 60 with any continuation from here. TCS, the Container Store, looks like on the weekly, again, it's been bumping along this 40 line, tried to go through 60 on the last surge and then got killed. That was an earnings gap up and then just got pulled all the way back down to the lows, and now a big move yesterday. So if it can digest this move or get some continuation, I think it can start climbing up. You are probably still going to deal with some issues at this gap at 1192, but getting through that again could help with the continuation. Chewy, we talked a little bit about yesterday. Nice, or was in the list yesterday, I know. A nice little basing action down here, daily working up to try to cross back over 60. You need to see those crosses happen. Doesn't mean you have to wait for them, but it does mean that you need to be conscious when you get to that area. Weekly is still bumping along this 40 line, so this one I might be a little more cautious with, but can still potentially move. GM gapped higher. The weekly is just in this big sideways range here, almost like a little inverse head and shoulders setting up. Daily working back, RSI nearing move back over 60. Notice on the weekly you had a big RSI positive reversal right here 3 weeks ago before the recent run. Next one we have is Winnebago. I think I mentioned it yesterday, working its way back higher right over the 60 level and flagging out above this previous congestion. A move above that flag bodes well to challenge these highs and then potentially over here on the weekly, which would be a nice move from here. INSE, again, this one was one that the weekly just never really broke down, came into the MA bands reverse higher, and now looks like it's moving back into an RSI bull range on the daily. Clearing this area would be a strong move, considering you had these previous peaks back here. It's already trying to get over. That tail, we got to eat it and get back over it, but from there, I think it could get some decent continuation. Mastercraft is one that basically is one of the boat manufacturers. Hard pullback here into a bear range on the daily, but moved right back above 60. The weekly never really lost it. Last couple of days it's pulled back on low volume, so again we want to see it probably get back above this 28.9, 29.20 range, and then maybe anticipate going through those highs, maybe even the 29 level, or flag out to give you a tighter level to work against. Mattel, one that again on a really tight weekly kind of pattern here, held the bull range this whole time. Now we're starting to see it build back up here on the right side. A little volume area till around 22.08, 22.10, but from there it opens up pretty well. Not much volume up there near those all-time highs. Malibu's another boat, one that's had more of a methodical pullback. Here on the large weekly flag, RSI held right around the 40 level. Second bang, it popped through and then came right back. This one gets back over 60, and I would say probably back over this 72 area. Might be worth a shot. TTM, Tata Motors, again, a foreign company, so it gaps around a lot, but had building a nice flag up here on the weekly. Daily never lost the bull range. Weekly still in a strong bull range. LINC we talked about yesterday. This is one to where basically if we go back over here to the same list, it's not on the high side. It's the ones that have moved the most or lost the most RSI. Sorry again for the scrolling, but lost the most RSI points. I went to the wrong page. Sorry about that. Over here, the ones that lost the most RSI points, we'll see right down here at the end of the Consumer Discretionary. These that are pink, you can look at them as pullback plays if they were strong and then pulled back into a weaker. LINC was 85, 82, and then 50. So that's kind of gives you an idea of some different things you can look at in this opportunity. You'd see similar if you did go to the consumer discretionary page as far as the list and how they would sort out. I just chose to do it on the full page with all the stocks from the universe. So those are some ideas. I'll post the tickers of both sides or a picture of them on the blog, and hope everyone has a great day. As always, hope this helps.